So in today's video, we're actually going to be taking a break from pennies for a little bit. Instead, we're going to be searching $80 in quarters. Like for my nickel and penny hunt competitions, we have a US point system and a Canadian point system. So I will be keeping track of this in this hunt, and then I will convert it to a full $500 box to see about how many points we would get for a full box of customer rolled quarters about. And right here we have some pretty good scores. This is the first time using this score sheet, so it might be a little iffy, but just know that this is what I'm using. This is my cheat sheet, and these are the rolls that we're hunting. Now, there is one shown ender right there, and I don't remember exactly what one that is, but I believe it's a 2001. I checked the ends of all of these rolls. Nothing interesting besides some 2022 women's quarters that might have errors on them, like the Drooling George or Wart Nose, or maybe even the Scalped George errors. Die clashes as well are very prevalent in those 2022s, and I'll definitely be looking for those, as well as in the 2019s and 2020s, which I have listed right here. We're looking for those West Point quarters with only 2 million minted per quarter design for that year. 2019 just has the W, and I believe it's 2020 that has the W and the V75 privy mark. So with that, we will now get into the hunts, and I will weigh up all of these rolls. I haven't done it yet to see if they're about that 228. And if we have any heavy rolls, I will bring you back in. Any light rolls, I'll bring you in. And of course, if I have a nice find, I'll bring you in as well. So first roll's been a bust so far. As you can see, that's everything I've sorted through and haven't found a single thing. But right here we do have a bicentennial quarter. So that is actually going to get us on the board with 2 points. And I saw the reverse of this 2019 War in the Pacific, and I'm going to save the 19s and 20s to search with you at the end to see if they have those mint marks. So with that, I'll get back to this hunt, and I'll bring you back with the next find. First coin of roll 2, and we have a bicentennial right on the end. And then 2 more coins up, we have another bicentennial. So that makes 3 for the hunt. Now, I forgot to pull out the 60s, but I looked back through the roll because I looked over at my score sheet. I updated that. I deleted the 6 on that because that's not correct. But I wanted to show you that 60s non-silver does give us 1 point each. So I found a few more 2019s and 2020s to try and check for that W mint mark. And I'll get back to you with the next find. Still on roll number 2. And look what I just pulled out. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a San Francisco business strike by the looks. And that is going to give us 3 points. Now let's see what design it is. And it's a 2012 Hawaii Volcanoes. Now, if this wasn't a San Francisco worth 3 points, it would still be a 2 point, because in 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2012, all of the quarters had a very, very low mintage besides the 2012 Denali nickels. So that is amazing. A San Francisco in customer wrapped coin rolls. That is absolutely amazing. So I'll bring you back if we have something else amazing in these rolls. Roll number 3, and I have a 1969 Denver right here, and a 2010 Mount Hood. Yes, Mount Hood right behind that. So since that's 2010, that is going to be a 2 point coin. I have also found an Edith Kanaka Ole that does not have any of the obverse errors, but I know there are a lot of errors on the reverse that I'm going to have to scope it for. With that, I'll get back to you with our next find. Roll number 4, and I have an odd amount of edge finds from this. So, first thing is this 83 Philly. So this could have the spitting eagle error. I do not see it at all. Next, we have a Canadian. So, let's see what it is. It's a 1979. So, this is a nickel quarter. It is 99.9% nickel. That is 5 points right there. Now, also, where is it? We have a 2020 quarter right here. I'm not going to flip it. I'm going to add it to the pile that we have building up. Then, after that, we have another 2020, but this time Salt River Bay. And then, as we come down the line, I think that... Nope, sorry, that's not it. This one. We have another 2020, this time Rockefeller. So, we have one more, and it's right here. 2009, District of Columbia, Duke Ellington. So this is another 2-point coin. So, I'll look through the rest of this destroyed roll at this point and get back to you if we have any other finds. Roll number 5, and I see a few good coins in this roll. So, right here, we have another bicentennial. So that's going to be another 2 points on the board. And it's down here. There we go. Edith Kanakaole. I need to scope that to see if it's anything good. And then the last edge find is this. My hand was right on it. 1965. That is going to be worth 1 point because first year clad and last year silver is 1964. So, once again, I'll get back to you if we find anything in this roll. Roll number 7, and I laid it out and didn't see anything interesting, but then I was looking through, and this popped up. I can't believe that I missed this. And that is a newer quarter from 2012. Now, that one isn't going to get us any points, but I do save all of my Canadian coinage because I just love seeing it and collecting it because it's very rare to find, to me at least, in my hunts. Now, it's just also special because I am in the US and that's not even supposed to be here. So, everyone I find, whether it's pennies, nickels, quarters, or dimes, I save them all. So I'll bring you back with our next find. So I was spreading the rest of that same roll out, and someone got us. A 2007 Denver nickel. We lost 20 cents in this roll. Now, I guess that's the coin roll hunter's tax right there. 20 cents to whoever turned these rolls in, and 20 cents from our pocket. So, hopefully we have something worth enough to replenish that, but I'll bring you back with our next find. So the last roll, I have to say, was very, very generous. So it gave us some more 2019s and 2020s to check. It gave us one more bicentennial. It didn't give us any 60s, no S's. It didn't give us any more nickels, which is always good. But it did give us a couple 2008 Alaskas to check for that extra claw. And then we have right here 2 coins. The Wilma Mankiller and the Washington crossing the Delaware. Now, I'm sure you can see right there in the left of her hair that there's an amazing die chip in there. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then, on the Washington crossing the Delaware, right on the left side of his hat, we have a die chip there. I've been looking for these for 3 years now, and I hadn't found a single one. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I started coin roll hunting and coin collecting only 1 year ago, but I was aware of this 3, and I've been looking for it and could not absolutely not find one of any size. So that is absolutely gorgeous. So we have these error coins to check, and right now I think I will get my tripod set up so we can reveal if we have any 2020 or 2019 West Point mint quarters. So right here we have those 2019s and 2020s, and I'm just going to flip them over so we can look at them and see if any of them are the West Point. Whoop, it slid. But so far as you saw, all Philadelphia. Not a single West Point. That's so sad, but that's okay. We did find those 2 die chip error coins right here, and we have plenty more to look for in this stack right here. So I'll get back to you with any of those finds. So I was looking for the leaky bucket error, and as you can see, we don't have it. But then I looked right there, and it looks like we have a doubled window pane. Let me see if I can clear that up a little more. Right there. Look at that. That definitely looks like a double. Now, I'll probably flip this up and save it, but if not, it'll just go back and whoever gets it, gets it. So I was searching the 5 2008 Alaskas that we found, and none of them had any of that chippage on the Greatland words. But as you can see right there, we found an extra claw error for a die chip. Now, not just one, but 2, because right there we have another one. Now, if you thought 2 was amazing, there's our third. 3 out of 5 2008 Alaskas are the extra claw. So, I won't save all of them. I'll save the best one, and I'll throw the rest back into circulation. But if any of you want to purchase any at any time, reach out to me and I'll save one for you and sell it to you for a reasonable price if you would like me to. With that, I'll bring you back with the next find or a wrap-up. First, Edith Kanaka Ole quarter that I check, and we have a monstrous die chip right there on the top of the hill connecting it to of. I have one of these already, but I don't even think it's this big. Now, I haven't checked any of the other parts of this coin, so I'm going to do that right now with you. And look at that. We have a die chip in the K of Kanaka. That is absolutely amazing. Die chip in the K, die chip on the hill. And there we have our first Kanaka Ole error. And we have a pile of about 5 or 6 left to look through. I'll bring you back with the next find. So I looked at the rest of those Ediths, and we only had one more. And it's another die chip in that K right there. Now, with this one, it looks about the same die chip, but there's nothing on the hill. This is what it should look like, and this is what it does look like. Obviously, a huge difference. Now, with that, I looked at those, and I looked at my sheet, and I actually had nothing for points for die chips. Now, that shocked me, so I went ahead and added die chips as worth 2 points. Now, that might be very generous, since they can be very, very common, if I have to say. But I think 2 points is reasonable. I might give him 1 point in a future hunt. Tell me what you guys think down below. But I'll add all the points up for everything we found. And I'll get back to you with a score for these 8 rolls, $80. And sadly, we have that nickel. But 20 cents, coin roll hunter's tax. And all of these are getting rolled right back up and sent right back into circulation. So, like I said, I'll be back with the score totals. So, in the wrap-up, we got a 99.9% nickel quarter, a non-nickel quarter, which is just an extra fine, that wasn't worth any points, a nickel, which is an extra fine, not worth any points, but we did have that San Francisco. We had 7 bicentennial quarters. We also had 8 die chip quarters, 7 60s non-silver quarters, and 2 lower mintage 2009 through 2012 quarters. Now, with all of that into account, we have a total of 49 points out of these 8 rolls. So that's 8 out of 50, and that means 50 out of 50 is roughly 306 points. That is amazing. I don't know if that is low for a box, high for a box, anything, because I haven't tested this out with a full box because I don't have the money to do that yet. But rest assured, we will do that later in my series and figure out what a good score for a box is. And I won't compare it, but you'll have to just see. Is 306 points a good score for a box? So, with that, I thank you so much for watching today's video and bearing with me on some of the changes I made. We have the 2004 where I had to cross out that D because I think it applies for both, for the P, not both. And then for 2009 and 2012, I had 7 points each when I meant to put 2. And I had to add the category for chips for 2 points because I didn't think it would count as a CUD for 5. That's outrageous. That's too much. Now, with that, we have finally reached the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.